Hello and welcome to live post-match reaction here on a very happy Rangers rabble as Rangers humiliate Aberdeen 4-0. Joining me today we have two Stephens. Firstly, Stephen Cameron. Stephen, how are you?
Aye, good mate, good. You? All good?
I'm all good after that result today, aye. And of course we have the infamous Stephen Purdon, aka Bob. Stephen, how you doing?
Aye, top of the league, mate. Top of the league, loving life, great weekend, all good, brilliant. You?
I know I was going to go for a party after it, but I need to take my daughter out. Right, so listen, we'll just jump straight into the game, might as well cover it. And Bob, the starting 11, obviously it's hindsight's great, you can go back, if it didn't go well you can question it and that, but it was a pretty strong starting 11, Gerard put it.
It was very, in my mind, very attacking, do you know what I mean? We kind of, obviously we wanted to win the front foot right for the goal. You had a Rebo in our field there, and Jack just kind of sitting, marshalling the centre-halves man in front of him. So, very attacking lineup. The way we should be going at teams, especially after yesterday when that mob broke points and then we can capitalise on it. And we were right on the front foot for the word go, and we didn't take a foot off the gas really in the first half, I felt.
Absolutely. And Stephen, front foot, absolutely right. And right at the start of the game, Kent's put through and you're thinking, that's going to be 1-0.
Aye, definitely, mate. I was gutted when he never scored. Like, I think he's got to score that, innit? Like, see as well if he can't, like, see you kind of push on as a player and get those numbers up. Those are the chances he's got to take, mate. And then you think to yourself, like, we missed that. You don't know what's going to happen next. If that's, you would like a wee early goal, wouldn't you? So, but it was good play to actually set it up. I think it was Tab had the assist to like 10 or let him in, but it was unlucky. It was unlucky.
I think he thought he was offside. I think he's actually thought I'm offside here, and you're like, wee man, just play at the whistle. Then he's thought he's offside, and he's kind of, if he just balances himself a bit, do you know what I mean? Just takes a chance, man. He could have put it either side. Do you know what I mean?
I was gutted for him. It was kind of like that chance against Benfica as well. See that chance against Benfica?
Sorry, mate, my phone was going. Aye.
Just
exactly, mate. Exactly, man.
See for them to push on.
Phoning me, man. Like, stop phoning me.
Your phone's going to be going mental, isn't
it? Sorry, boys. I've told her, man. Like, stop phoning me, man.
No, it's all right. But I think that chance, Bob, I think he was just slightly offside.
I think he might have been. Oh, it's my phone gone again, man. Sorry, boys.
That's what happens when you're a celebrity in Scotland.
Aye. Aye, I think he maybe was, man, but you're going like that, the flag's not went up, like Stephen's saying, you get that, man, you've got the early goal, you kick on, because there was a wee bit in the first half, a couple of things, that Hedges was just getting in behind a few times, nearly getting in behind, he was dangerous, and Aberdeen, as much as you go, that's what we should be doing to them. They have still got players that can hurt you, and see if you miss that chance and they go up and get a free kick or something, that Hedges gets in behind, something like that, Cosgrove gets on the end of the header, anything can happen, but thankfully we weren't made to pay, do you know what I mean? The wee man scored an absolute peach after it, man.
Well, talking about that, Stephen, that goal, we'll see when that first one, and I'm jumping about going, well, that's going to rival Roof's goal, but then he takes the big deflect.
Nah, no, mate, I know.
There was some nutmeg for him and all, into it, though.
Brilliant.
He's got that in his locker, and he's a cracking wee player at times. He's kind of dipped in for the last couple of weeks, it feels like, isn't it? Like he's not been on fire as much as he was, but I'm hoping that kind of pushes him on a wee bit as well, and because he was brilliant at the start of the season and all, wasn't he? But
I think just before the international break, you're going like that, man. He's not really. He kind of, I don't know. He was still. I think his work off the ball and all that goes unnoticed quite a lot. He's part of that shape, that the high press, man, the tight press. He's on it all the time, but it's just on the ball. You know, he's got so much more ability and he can bring so much to the team. But I mean, you hope he kicks on a goal today. Get an assist today, or not, didn't he? You know, get an assist today as well, didn't he? Aye, so. That's no bad from a day.
I will see, for me, see if I don't write everything down after a game, my mind just goes blank, totally blank. See, at the end of the game, I says to my missus when I came down the stair, who scored the fourth goal? I can't remember. You know what I mean? That's how blank my mind goes. But there was a couple of occasions in that first half, just before we come to the second goal, where Aberdeen looked quite dangerous on the break, and that boy Hedges looks a bit of a player.
He does, man. I think he looks decent. He's absolutely rapid. Like the way big boy, man. The way he runs, man. It reminds me like Gareth Bale or something. He's quite tall, man, and he just big strides, man. There was one I know. I don't know. Was it Balogun? He was up against the bar. I don't know. And he's running down the right hand side in the first half, and he hit the shot. McGregor saved it, but he looks a handful, man. But that's the thing. Like we're talking earlier, you need to take these chances because these teams obviously can punish you, man.
I was a bit worried at the start of the game. Oh, sorry, mate.
No, you go.
See at the start of the game, see the midfield three, it was quite attacking, like Stephen was, Bob was saying there. Like, see in other games, he's kind of played sort of two more sitting midfielders like Jack and Davis. But see with Arfield and Aribo, they're quite forward-thinking players. So there was a few times, I think it was like, after before we got a second, there was a few times they were getting in. And you think to yourself, if they take this chance, I mean, it's got to make it a different game sort of thing. But they did have a couple of chances. He looked a bit dangerous, to be fair, at times.
You've got to be fair to Arfield, right? He does the dirty side of the job, and I don't think that a lot of people will see the actual job that he does for the team. But I thought Arfield was outstanding today.
I think he's immense, mate. I think he's been immense for weeks, especially when the season started. Aribo looked on fire, and Arfield kind of was getting like 10, 15 minutes here and there. He wasn't anywhere near the starting lineup. And then when Aribo got that injury, Arfield totally stepped up to the plate, man. He's kind of, for me, he's got to be one of the first names on the team sheet now, because he's kind of like, for me, I know, a throwback to the kind of way Rangers used to be. He's got that swagger about him. He's got a wee bit of attitude about him, bit of a dirty side to the game that for years and years since fucking Walter Smith left, we've missed that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Got that in him, man. You've seen it today. There's a couple of times. I think the second off, towards the end of the game, somebody hit him in the kind of far side, man, and he kind of, that hedge got the ball and he just went right through him. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You're going, that's what we miss in the team. Do you know what I mean? And
Aye. He loves a meaty challenge, doesn't he? He does love that meaty challenge.
Definitely.
But the second goal, and I've got a funny feeling we're going to be saying this a lot this season, but that pass for Goldson to Roof, and then the touch for Roof, the skill for Roof, and the finish was phenomenal.
Nah, definitely. I think the movement off the ball for Roof as well. See, he must be coming in and sort of spinning off the defender, which is creating space for him. So it's that. And Golson's been hitting them balls all season, to be honest. See, the diags for Golson at times have been brilliant. He's definitely got that in his locker, and they seem to be mixing up a wee bit. I remember maybe last year as well, they weren't going as direct at times, and now they seem to be going a bit more direct. They've got more in the locker, they can play it short, nice passes, but see if they need to, and they need to come in and spin behind, they've got people like Golson that can play it. It must make it a nightmare for defenders at times, because they don't know if they're coming short to play it into feet or coming short to spin at times. You know what I mean? It's like,
exactly.
I wouldn't like to be playing against them at times.
No, and you kind of, like you're saying, mate, you're taking it for granted now, Goldson hitting the diags, man. See the way he pings a ball. That's phenomenal for a centre-half. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was a whipping boy quite a bit last season, man. But for me this season, he's been like the captain out there for us. When he fans there, you hear him. He's constantly organising. He's been solid. And the clean sheets speak for themselves, man. You've got, it's rotating with Hollander and Balogun, and it's testament to him, man. His performance hasn't dipped whoever's been next to him, Balogun or Hollander. Do you know what I mean?
He's been undroppable at times, isn't he, Golson? He's a constant in the defence. It's like, I know last year people were saying maybe he should be dropped in that, but it's justified now, isn't it? You just can't take him out. And he's that right.
He's our best centre-half, man.
By a mile. By a country mile. He's our best centre-half. And listen, just while we're talking about Roof, I think it was around about the 19th, 20th minute, he was fouled in the box, and that was one of the most clearest I have ever seen not given.
It's unbelievable, man. I mean, what he's got in his locker, Roof, man, you see it in abundance. He's so intelligent. He's got upstairs. In his first touch, he's just cushioned the boys, took it in, and the boys just absolutely emptied him, man. How that's not a penalty, I don't know, man. I couldn't believe it.
I've no idea. What about you, Stephen? Can you give an excuse for why the ref never gave that?
I honestly have no idea, man. Like, Stephen, I know we've got the hindsight of watching the replays, right? But he was in a good position at that point as well, wasn't he? If he was far away from it. And I'm like, how can he not give that? He's actually went clean through the boy. And like Bob was saying there, it was clever for Roof, because he's brilliant. He's kind of sucked the boy in a wee bit, into, and he's kind of took it on his opposite foot and let him, and the guy just came through him. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I know everyone saw that joke on Twitter, in it, like penalty to Rangers, but that was that's clear as day.
That was a penalty to Rangers.
I know, what's happening. But,
right, listen, for anybody watching on YouTube or whatever, get your comments in if you want to pose a question to Stephen, or Stephen get them in, or you just want to put a comment and I'll try and read them out. But Bob, half time comes obviously 2-0, and Aberdeen have had a couple of breaks. You know, we've been in control, but we haven't been our sparkling selves, I wouldn't say, but we've done enough to get the 2-0 lead at half time. Are you thinking just come out second half, just go for it, flood forward, or are you thinking I'm a wee bit worried because they do look a wee bit dangerous on the break?
No, you're just thinking, man, keep playing your own game, go out there, get another goal in the game's deed. Do you know what I mean? And then you're always worried. 2-0, you're going like, right, we're 2-0 up. I'm always worried. I'm always worried watching Rangers, man. an absolute nerve with eyes at times, man. But get the early goal when you come out second off, and then that's what kind of happened. And it honestly couldn't have went any better for us, man. Well, it could have and it should have been 6 or 7, but to go out and spank them 4-0, which was going on 4, 5, 6, and they've dropped points yesterday, man. It's been a great weekend. It was a perfect afternoon.
I must say we're lucky probably with a couple of goals. The first Kent goal obviously taking a wicked deflection, and then Stephen, we make the perfect start to the second half with Arfield, but again takes a wicked deflection. Was that going wide?
Do you know, I'm not actually too sure, to be honest. I was too busy celebrating when it went in.
So was I.
I know you're like, I would give him the credit, but like you said, just kind of settles the second half, didn't it? Because like you are saying there, in the first half they did have a couple of breakaways, and you're thinking to yourself, how are we going to play this? Are we going to go for it? Are we just going to try and sit on it? Thankfully, that third goal kind of takes that sort of nerves away from it, and then once the third's in, we can just kill the ball, we can just kill the game. And I think maybe later on he put Davis on, just like Davis and just sit on the ball, Davis, just start picking passes sort of thing, and let them come to us. But I was glad when it went in.
The third goal killed them, man.
Aye. But the third goal quickly turns into a fourth, and like Stephen was saying earlier, both penalty to Rangers. And again, I don't think there's anybody, unless you're a complete conspiracy theorist, can argue that was a penalty.
No, definitely not. I mean, he's on him, man. He's trying to, it's like a wrestling move he's doing in a minute. So, I mean, you see defenders, they do that quite a lot. They take a chance with that, don't they? And a lot of the times, don't know, you do see maybe 50% of the times they get away with it, you know what I mean? But now the game's getting a bit more, there's a lot more stricter rules and stuff, and you're seeing it. The ref's seen it, and fair play to him. But still, I was going fair play to penalty, but still absolutely raging me when they didn't get the first one, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, man, we got the penalty, and that was it. And the game was dead after that. The third goal killed them, do you know what I mean? But then getting the penalty and we finish the game, it's like my mate said, but my mate texted me during the game and he's saying, we are starting to get breaks now. Things are going our way for the first time in about a fucking decade. Do you know what I mean? It feels that way. Like we're due getting these breaks because you see like that mob get breaks all the time. Do you know what I mean? Things going for them. So it's good that we're getting this. Plus, people can go on about the breaks and deflected goals. If you watch that game and you watch how we've been playing for the past, I don't know how long now, we're controlling games and we're playing games the way on our terms. Do you know what I mean? So we're playing some great football, man.
We're creating the breaks that we're getting.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Sorry, I thought you were coming in there, Stephen.
That's just basically exactly what I was going to say there, mate. Like, we're getting penalties because we're in the box more often. Do you know what I mean? We're actually, and it's intricate play in the box. It's one-touch passes and stuff like that. At times we're going to create chances for ourselves. So I think what you were saying there, it's like that. I think, I don't know if it's one of those ones with the ref there where it was like, is that the penalty the penalty for the first half playing in his mind there? Because you can sometimes refs don't give you them penalties even though they are. And I don't know if he's like, I better give him this one there or something. I don't know, but because it was a slow-mo, the boy in the back of his head, something. But I still think, I mean, his hands are all over him. I think he actually done it. Was it the same later on in the game as well? There was a similar sort of chance.
Aye.
No, definitely.
It's one of the ones. The ref has seen it, man, and thought I need to give this one, or Gerard's going to book me into being a calls.
Jimmy Bell's going to come after.
Aye, exactly.
Obviously, listen, Tav steps up and Tav does what Tav does, and Bob, he's been outstanding this season. He's as cool as fuck when he's stepping up to take the penalties, and he's whatever. I don't care what anybody says. He's completely matured into the captain of Rangers.
He has, mate. I mean, his numbers. We're talking like Stephen's talking earlier on about Kent's numbers and stuff. Tav's numbers. I don't care if it's penalties, right? His assists, his goals, everything, man, and his all-round play. He is playing he's at the absolute peak of his powers, man. He's playing the best football he's probably ever played and ever going to play in his life. Well, hopefully he plays it next season and on the season after for us, you know what I mean? But he is absolutely, I don't know, just that when you're listening to McCoy and that talking earlier on, you're talking about like the way he goes up and he's right up there playing as a winger and he's putting players in positions they don't want to be in. Do you know what I mean? That need to watch him. Him and Barisic do that, but he's totally matured into the captain's role. Do you know what I mean? He's looking like, just looks like a man on a mission. I mean, you've got so many players this season that just look possessed, man. Like Tav, Barisic started the season like it, Kent started the season like it, Arfield as well. I don't know, we just Goldson, I could go on and on, but Tav is leading by example and long may it continue.
And you also have to say, Stephen, as well, I mean, that's another clean sheet at home. The defence has been absolutely outstanding this season, and it's probably contributed to why we are so good going forward, because the whole team defends as a whole, but that back four, back five have been absolutely outstanding.
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's just gave us a basis to go on. Do you know what I mean? I think it must, see, as a midfielder or forward, it must give you freedom as well. You know, you can take a chance if you feel secure with your defence behind you. And like you are saying with Tav there, man, see, some of his deliveries are just outstanding. See the amount of times he puts it on, and we don't probably score always. I don't know what his assist numbers must be, but the amount of times he actually puts it on a plate for people, man, it's unbelievable, isn't it? He's going into
there was one in the first half, man. He just rolled it right across the ground, man. In the first half, it just went right across the body. But you're like, it's just a tap in. Do you know what I mean? Like you were talking earlier on with Goldson, man. We're talking about these diags, man. The way bloody 80-yard pass. You know what I mean? The way Tav drills a ball in or gets a ball in, delivers it right on the money. And you're right, Stephen. I think of the goals we could have. We've got so many goals, and the goal difference is phenomenal. But if you bloody put many chance away that Tav puts in, it's even better.
He's been brilliant, man. He's been brilliant. To be
fair. It was also great to see Stephen Davis coming on the park, because obviously there was the reports that he left international duty due to personal reasons, and Stephen Davis does not leave international duty unless it's serious. So it was really good to see him getting on the pitch today.
I don't know what's happened. Obviously, nobody does. Do you know what I mean? Apart from obviously the powers that be at Ibrox, but it was great seeing him coming on in the way. Again, I just feel like I'm jinxing it, going on too much how good it is, but. Just the subs were just used beautifully today as well. Like Jack obviously exerted so much energy for Scotland, but I think Jack could have played the 90, but taking him off is so satisfying. Davis coming on, Kamara coming on, Itten coming on, Hadji, Defoe. It's like, it's perfect, man. It's looking great. But Davis, bringing him on, putting the fit in the ball, it's great to see him.
And just Michael Cameron in the chat has said, hold on till I find it. What a result, lads. This team is just pure class. And do you know what? This team is just pure class. And I suppose the question is, when do we start to get that slight bit overexcited and maybe start thinking about where this team's going to go this season? When are we allowed to maybe think this could be our year?
After January.
After January.
One thing I think about this team, and I love watching it, is, and I think you maybe touched on it a bit, mate, is like you feel like there's a sort of fucking tunnel vision about it. All they're caring about is winning this game. Once we've won this game, then it's the next game, and that's it. Just keep on winning games, because I think that's maybe what went against us a couple of times, and probably learned for our lessons. You know what I mean? But nothing else matters. If we turn up on a Saturday or a Sunday, win that game, move on to the next one, and that's what it is. And it's lovely to watch, man. Like just that. That's what they're caring about. It's like a winning mentality.
They look possessed, man. They look possessed, man. It's like I'm looking at January, but I'm looking at Celtic at home, Aberdeen away, Motherwell away, home to Ross County, away to Hibs. If we can take anything close to maximum points for their games, I think the league's yours.
That is a tough January. It's a tough run, isn't it? It's 3 away games into it. And
we're away to Aberdeen, then away to Motherwell back to back, and then away to Hibs at the end of January. So.
Well, you just have to look at the day. Look, Defoe and Kamara come on for Morelos and Kent, and then Itten comes on a bit later on. So the strength and depth in this team is outstanding.
It is. It definitely is. I'm looking at Hadji today. It's been well documented in the press. He's struggling with a bit of confidence, whatever. Boy looks like he needs a cuddle at times, but you need to get more out of him, man. See him coming on a game like today. The team is flying. Itten for me showed a wee bit more than Hadji. Do you know what I mean? When he came on, look, he should have maybe got a brace, man. Because I got a couple of goals, but you're looking at Hadji, you're going, the wee man should be thriving in the way we are playing now and coming on and just try to. But I don't know what it is, man. He's maybe the only thing I'm looking at. Him and Itten, maybe you're going the only two that don't look fully up to speed, but everybody else, do you know what I mean? Looks like it'll come. I think it'll come.
I mean, is it a bad thing though when you're watching that and the game finishes and you go, I mean, I'm buzzing that we've won and we won 4-0 and it was convincing, but I'm actually a wee bit disappointed that it didn't end up 5-6-7.
I mean, no for me, and I'm hoping the players are feeling the same, to be honest. I hope that was another sign of like they just want goals, they just want to win games by as much as they can and get on to the next one. I'm hoping that, because we did have a few chances by then. There was one that was like ping ball at the end. I think it kind of, I don't know, knocked it, and it was actually hard to see where the ball was going at times on it, where it was going to end up. But I mean, you want as many. You've got to take a 4-0 because, to be honest, I didn't expect it to be a 4-0 before the game. If you were to ask me a prediction, I wasn't thinking that. So I take that. I'll definitely take that. But aye, more goals if they keep on. That's the thing as well, and it's similar to that Hamilton game. I know it's they just want more goals. They'll just keep chasing and chasing. They're not getting up in it. So
even to the very last kick of the ball, when the whistle went, the Foes rifled one in, Arfield's
Aye.
rifled one in. You're like, we're just relentless. But it's great to see, man. Great to see.
Like you're saying, Bob, we had the chances we were creating, and we probably should have scored a few more.
Oh, aye, we should have definitely. I don't know if you walk away from that 8-0 game like the Hamilton game. I don't think McInnes or Aberdeen could have complained because the chances we had. Do you know what I mean? They had a couple of breakaways in the first half, what we were talking about earlier, but the second half, as soon as that third goal went in, man, it shot you in, man. The game's done. It could have been whatever we wanted. Do you know what I mean?
I know, and I'll just go back to the comments again, and we've got John Robertson, who I think's
The John Robertson.
Not the John Robertson, though. When we were talking about when can we get excited, he says when we beat Celtic on the 2nd of January, the league is ours. I suppose that's probably a fair comment. And I think Michael Cameron's talking about Hadji when he just says, the boy looks like he needs a cuddle.
He does. And we spent a bit of money on him, do you know what I mean? And you know he's got the ability. But you need to start bringing it. Do you know what I mean? You need to, because that, like they're talking about before the game starts today, whoever gets in that team now, and Stephen was saying a minute ago, the boys that get the jersey, they look possessed. They look like they're wanting to do teams. They just want to keep that jersey. So you're not going to just give them a game willy-nilly. It's too important a season to do things like that.
Well, no, listen, that's 4-0. That's 11 points clear. Celtic don't look in the best of form just now, but at any point that could turn around because they do have good players. Don't know so much if they've got a good manager, but that's not for me to comment on. So is it just a case now at every game that comes, just boom, 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 and keep the pressure on?
That's the way I see it anyway. Aye, that's that next one up. Who have we got? Is it the obviously European game? And a cup game next week after that. So
Sunday.
Aye, it's just a case of turn up, try and do the business as you can, and just keep on going. To be honest, and that's the way they seem. I think they're probably just desperate for games. That's the sort of feeling you get when you're watching. They just want another game just to keep on. When you're in that sort of form into it, it's like I just don't want to, and just don't want to wait for another game. To be honest.
And obviously, Bob, Benfica. We'll just finish up now. Benfica on Thursday. The team's obviously full of confidence. We went over there. We've seen how good a team they were. We managed to get a free draw. So are you confident for Thursday?
I would just go. I wouldn't say I'm confident. I would just go. If I was playing for Rangers or whatever, I'd just going to go, right, let's see how far we can go with this. Because before, let's not kid ourselves, before they get the man sent off there, it looked like it was going to be like another Leverkusen, in my opinion. They looked a really good team. It looked like they were going to maybe in danger of running the other tappies. But we imposed our game on them out of 10 men. We should have won the game. You never know, you know what I mean? It's at Ibrox. It's a shame there's not going to be any fans there, but it's kind of it's a free hit for us because we got the point earlier. Early 2 games, I'm going, if we get a point out of these 2 games, whatever, you didn't think you were going to get anything earlier. So if we get another point, or if you dare to dream and we beat them, then I wouldn't say confident, but I would just say, just go for it. You know what I mean, you've really got nothing to lose, man.
No, exactly, Stephen.
I am kind of the same. I thought they looked like a decent team, man. See before they get the man sent off, they were passing the ball a bit well and they looked good and dangerous. The actual collapse, it seemed to be when they get the man sent off, they seemed to collapse. I was surprised actually because Rangers just bulldozed them after that, except for the end of the game. But I'd be more confident if the fans were there on Thursday because I think that may be a bit of a leveler because they seem like a good footballing team. If we could maybe have the fans there and we'd get that behind us and keep going at them and maybe put them under pressure that way. But it'll be an interesting game anyway, to be honest, because Rangers seem to see in Europe as well, man. Some of their performances in Europe, they like that style of play. I think, see when it's nice passing and stuff like that. So we've got a chance, but I think it'll be definitely a hard game, man. They are a good team, and I think I was saying in the news, I think they had a cup game at the weekend, so did the rest of the full team as well. So they're coming in quite fresh, so it'll be tough. But like you say, we've been good in Europe, so we've definitely got a chance.
This team they go to dizzy heights, man, in Europe. This team under Gerrard, man, they just are no scared of Europe.
Absolutely right. Listen, gents, we'll leave it there because when I spoke to Bob before it, I says, we'll just do 15 minutes, mate, and Bob never just gives you 15 minutes. But Stephen Cameron, mate, thanks very much.
No worries, mate. Cheers for having us.
And Bob, as ever, thank you very much.
Anytime. Take care. All the best, right?
Cheers. Thanks everybody for watching, everybody for listening, and we shall speak to you soon.
See you later, troops.
Cheers.